So when starting trumpet, you want to make sure that you know how to get a good sound out. So we start with a mouthpiece. Say M with your lips, making sure that they're touching in the middle and that you have tight corners. Your tongue should be in an E or an O position inside your mouth. And then you take the mouthpiece and put it about 50% on your bottom lip and 50% on your top lip. And using equal amount of pressure between your mouthpiece and your face, you just put it up and go, pushing some air through to get that buzz. And then once you can do that, you take the mouthpiece, put it in the instrument, give a little bit of a twist, and then you take your right hand, you put your thumb between these two casings right here, underneath this bar, and you put your first 3 fingers on the valves, making kind of a C shape, and then your pinky will go either on or in this little hook. And then take your left hand, you put your thumb in this little saddle right here, and you put your middle finger inside this little ring, and then make sure that your fingers wrap around like that. Or if you want to put your ring finger in, you would hold it like this or like that, whichever gives you the better grip on the trumpet. And then to pick it up, you just make sure your hands are like that. Bring it up. It should be kind of an angle like that for your right hand to stay comfortable. And then, just like you did with the buzzing exercise with your mouth and with the pressure, and you just push some air through. And that's how you get your first sound. And to maintain your instrument, you want to make sure that you take care of the valves and the tuning slides. So taking care of a valve is pretty easy. All you have to do is unscrew this little cap and put some valve oil. You want to make sure that you put a liberal amount to make sure that you cover the whole thing, and you just twist it, going up and down, making sure that you get the whole thing coated, and then you look for a number on the valve that make sure that's facing you. So the first valve, which is closest to you, should have the number 1 facing you when you put the valve back in, and then you would just screw it back in, and you want to work it a little bit, make sure that it's bouncing like it should. And then to take care of the tuning slides, you just need some slide grease. So the main one you can just take out. You might want to clean them first of all, the old grease, and then you would just put some on, make sure you coat everything, and just slowly push it back in, make sure that it works. And if it doesn't, you can just put some valve oil on there, and that should help. And if your tuning slide is connected to a valve, you would push the valve down and you would pull it out, making sure that you cover wherever parts that need it, just like you did with the main tuning slide. Push the valve back down and just slowly slide it back in. And if you want to go a step further, you can give it a bath. So you would take everything out, even the valves, set the valves off to the side, and you can just put everything else in some warm water. And you would use a snake through the instrument to get any kind of gunk out. And you do it with the mouthpiece as well. And then for the valves, you would just put them under some water and clean them that way. But you don't want to get this little soft part wet. Then you just let it dry, put everything back together, and you should have a very good instrument.